Hi there, this is Jamerrill Stewart, and today I wanted to share with you 8 tips that I would give to a new homeschooling mom. So if you are thinking of homeschooling, or if this is your first year, these are just for you, and they are great reminders though for seasoned homeschool moms. I think that's what I'll call us, moms who've been homeschooling 5, 10, 20 years. The first tip that I would give to a new homeschooling mom is to enjoy this journey. It's a great reminder, like I said, for moms who are already in the trenches. But what you are going through now in these early years, when you're finding your rhythm and you're finding your pace, you will remember these years as very, very sweet years and as a tender time. Just like whenever you had a new baby and that baby grew, you always love your child at any stage, but you look back at fond memories at those early infancy years. And that's what you're going through right now in the beginning of your homeschool. The next tip I give to new homeschooling moms is to not compare your homeschool with others. Your homeschool is unique. It is just for you, just for your family. You have different challenges and situations that you'll have to handle, and not all homeschool families are going to handle them the same way. So don't compare, because comparison is really the thief of joy, and you don't want your joy stolen. Another tip that I give to new homeschooling moms is stay home. Let yourself have time to get grounded in routines and systems that will work for you. Don't avoid the temptation to sign your children up for activities and sports and field trips and thing after thing after thing, because you can find yourself quickly running from thing to thing in the name of activities and socialization, and before you know it, the whole week is gone and you've barely landed at home. So the whole point of homeschooling is to enjoy your home. Enjoy this time with your family. And of course, as time goes on, you can add in additional activities, but let yourself get started. There's so many opportunities that just pop up, and if you have a fairly clear calendar, then you're able to take advantage of those so that you can really get rooted into your homeschool system. Another tip that I give to new homeschooling families is whenever there's been a high frustration level, if a child is crying or if a mom is crying, frustration comes because when you're home, you're dealing with your children and emotions and your emotions and their feelings. So when frustration comes, if it's been over math or over a workbook, however you got there, reset that frustrating time with a simple activity such as snuggling and reading on the couch. Taking that time to maybe read a chapter of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory or go through a Dr. Seuss book gives everybody time to reset their heart and their mind, and then you can move forward. Other tip for homeschooling moms is to find local support. Find yourself a homeschool group, find other homeschool moms, get involved in other activities with fellow homeschoolers. There are groups, you don't have to commit to a weekly group. There are groups that meet monthly, bi-monthly. There are certainly weekly groups. We're involved in a group that meets once every 3 weeks. It's one long, fabulous day. It's exhausting, but it's a great day for us. We always look forward to it, and then we're done. So whatever means you need for support, find that. I also highly suggest to look into your state organization. In Virginia, we have HEAV.org. It is wonderful. I use HEAV.org all of the time. HEAV sets up homeschool field trips that are statewide. So if we want to go to Mount Vernon or Monticello or have some other kind of cultural learning day, we can pick and choose a couple of those a year, and it's a nice time and there's always a nice discount. My other tip for new homeschooling moms is to make yourself a list of all the lovely homeschool curriculum that you would like to buy and that your soul is telling you you need. Make that list, but then wait. Visit a homeschool convention. Look, touch, feel the curriculum. Read some more about it. Take some time to settle. Because if you wait a few months, most likely you'll find that everything that is on that list is not really what you need and is not necessarily the perfect fit. So if you can have some patience and sit on it, you most likely don't need everything that you think you need. I know it's hard though. I've been in both sides of the boat. I have jumped and bought curriculum, and then I've had times where I've made my list and the funds didn't come in to fund everything I wanted. Some years, no funds have come in, and in those years we've homeschooled with a Bible, a library card, a little cheap printer from Walmart, some printer packs of paper, and I've printed all of those wonderful free printables and free lap books that are online, and like I feature every day at Free Homeschool Deals. I print those on grayscale and let the kids make file folders and neat little activities. But we've had very full homeschooling years without a ton of stuff. Another tip for new homeschooling moms is please, 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 even if it's just a little bit, make a little time for yourself. I know it's so easier said than done. The biggest way that I have found that it works for me is if I get up earlier. Of course, I get up early already to run my business, but I have to also have time in that window where I soak in my Bible. I'd like to soak in the tub, but soak in my Bible, John, the book of Psalms, Proverbs, anything that I can really chew on and meditate and really spend some time with the Lord in the morning before the kids get up is wonderful for me. There have been seasons, though, where I only get that time during nap time or in the evening, but you really need to have a chunk of time to fill your soul and to refresh yourself as a mom. So those are my quick tips, quick thoughts for new homeschooling moms. If you would, I know there are only 8,000 additional tips, so please leave your tips for new homeschooling moms in the comments. If you happen to be a blogger or have online resources for new homeschooling parents, I invite you to also leave those links in the comments because new homeschooling families can find you and find your resources that way. I'm all for helping one another. That's it. We'll be back next Wednesday with a brand new video on a new topic. If you have any questions or any topics that you would like for me to cover, just email me. freehomeschooldeals@gmail.com is the quickest email. You can also email me at jamerrill@freehomeschooldeals.com, but you have to spell my name right, which is a little difficult. Thanks so much. Check the link at the bottom of this video. It'll take you to a post full of free homeschooling resources and additional encouraging articles. Have a great day.